Hi, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. You're welcome to our Let's Upgrade workshop. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you here. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm mighty excited to welcome you to our workshop this afternoon. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good to see you here. Please let me see your comments in the comment section. Let me see your excitement. Let me see your emojis in the comment section. We are going to get this show on the road right away, right away, right away, right away, right away. We are going to get this show on the road right away. Let me see your comments. Let me know that you are there. Let me know that you can hear me. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you here. This is the Let's Upgrade workshop. This is coming to you from the Advanced Lounge, and the workshop is just to equip us, to be better positioned for better outcomes in the second half of the year. 2024, it's at its midpoint already. Just like yesterday we said Happy New Year, and here we are at the midpoint of the year already. I can see you in the house. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here today. Promises to be very, very exciting. Yes, I can see you. Thank you. Thank you for your comments. I can see you. Yes, loud and clear. Yeah. Thank you. So today promises to be an exciting time. All our speakers, they are backstage. They are right here. They are ready to go. All our speakers are here. They are backstage. They are ready to go. I can tell you that you are in for a time, a good time. So I want to welcome you to, but just before I bring the speakers up, would take a few short videos, and then just for a minute or two, we'll take a few short videos, and then when we come back, I will have my first speaker come up stage, and then we'll run through his profile, and then he will take us. We're going to have the career clinic first. After that, we have the business clinic, and then we'll have the goal setting session. Don't go anywhere. In fact, call everybody, share the link to everybody that you know, everybody that you love. Let them be here. It's a free session, but you do have to register to get the full workshop experience, because we're going to be sharing worksheets and materials to all the registered participants. So that is why you have to register. But get everybody in the house. It's going to be a very, very exciting time. So without much ado, because we are on the clock, we want to stick to a very strict time regimen. We'll watch a few, just for a minute or two, videos, and then we'll just get this show on the road. Thank you so much for being here. Please invite everybody. Share the links so that we can have more people come join us here. So here goes. In the next few minutes, we'll watch just a video or two with 1 or 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and have our first speaker take the stage. You're welcome.
First set. Hello everyone, my name is Temitope Ojo, one of the very first set of the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. It's been a very beautiful ride. Being a part of the Be More Accountability Bootcamp has helped me learn, or should I say, ensure that I set goals for life and not stopping at that, to write them down. Even the Bible says, the vision is yet for an appointed time. Write it down, that he that run may see it. I run with goals. I have them written down. And it helps me to be accountable, to check what I'm doing per time. Am I working towards achieving that goal? Being a part of the community has also helped me do little things. Work out, pray, write journals, that I have not been doing before now. Now I see that it's good to write things down. I even have a to-do book now. Those little things come together to make someone a better person. So I'm using this opportunity to invite you to be a part of us. There are a lot of things to learn. There are a lot of things to improve on. We are not doomed to a life of stagnancy or stagnation. You can be more. Join us and you'd have a blast. Thank you.
Put. Hi, good morning. I am Igbayu David Verem, but I'm also known as King David. I am a boot camper of the Be More Boot Camp. Wow, wow. If I'm asked to describe the Be More Boot Camp, I will say it is simply amazing. It is life changing. It is life changing. Honestly speaking, it has changed my life. It has impacted me more than words can say. It has impacted me greatly. It has really impacted me. It has made me to channel my energy in the right direction, in the right place. I had motivation before, but I had not been channeling my energy in the right places. But the boot camp has helped me to focus my attention on the right things and to do away with unnecessary things. It has made me to all the things that are unnecessary. It has made me do away with them, and I am now focused and I am more motivated. Over this last 3 months, the program has been impactful. The boot camp has set me on the right course. I can say watch out for King David. Just watch out for King David. It has set me on the right course. Just to say a big thank you to Coach Tracy for answering the call. Indeed, in the boot camp, we have one saying. We have a saying that we always say we show up and we follow through. And indeed, it has helped me. It has built me up mentally to be focused. Honestly, that I can think, I can dream, and I can chase my dreams to possibility. That's what the boot camp has helped me with. So yes, Coach Tracy always says she's rooting for me. To you watching this, I'm rooting for you also. You can be more. You can indeed be more. So this program, I urge youths like me, grab this opportunity now. No? Grab it, no darling. Grab this opportunity now. You can be more. I am rooting for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, alrighty. Thank you. Thank you for staying with us. So now we are ready to bring our first speaker on the stage, and I'm so excited to welcome this gentleman. Yes, I'm excited to welcome him. He has waited patiently, for the past few minutes. So, but now we bring him up stage. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Good evening, or is it good afternoon? Welcome, sir. We can't hear you. Your audio. Please check your
Okay,
audio.
thank you. Thank you. Good
Your
afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome. So, this our first session of the day is going to be our career clinic, and there is none other than Mr. Teso Akpera to take us through this session. He is a seasoned professional with over 20 years working experience, cutting across publishing, banking, and the energy industry, with competencies in performance management, strategy and planning, process improvement, HR, business partnering, and sustainability. He currently serves as a management staff in a multinational company in the Nigerian energy sector. Over the course of his distinguished career, he has been a privileged top beneficiary of the top accelerated the top talent accelerated development framework of his organization, right to the level of management at least 7 years ahead of his original career management trajectory. He has also successfully led several projects ranging from process improvement and automation to recruitment and career progression. Teso is a member of NIM and the CIPM, and provides business advisory and mentorship for several companies in his spare time. He enjoys reading and playing games. So, with a Let's Upgrade workshop welcome, let's make welcome Mr. Teso Akpera. Welcome, sir. So, you have the floor, and please, you can just take it away. Welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you again, and good afternoon to everyone. It's good to be here. Look forward to this session over the past couple of weeks, and we're finally here. Without further ado, I'd like to just get this show on the road. So, like you heard, my name is Teso Akwera. I currently serve in strategy and planning for HR in my organization. And I'm here today to talk to us about some career management imperatives. One of the things I have learned in my last 20 years plus of work is that your career is actually up to you. Yes, there may be dynamics in the workplace that influence or impact your career, but on the overall, it is up to you. Um, just to provide some context as to how this journey will be, I'm going to start us off with a soundbite during which I would share two life experiences comparing two different characters. Then I'll talk about some career management dynamics. Then I'll talk about the foundational development and career progression, like an example from my own organization. And then some of the benefits of career management. So, starting off with the soundbar, I saw this statement a long time ago and it resonated very strongly with me. A statement by Stephen Covey. I'm sure a good number of us will have heard about this man. Says, I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. And what this says generally is that irrespective of where you're coming from, irrespective of what your background is, bottom line is that where you're going to, where you'll eventually end up, is going to result from some decisions that you're going to take along the way. So whether you're starting off disadvantaged as a where, or starting off with what looks like inequalities bestowed on you by birth or background or family or anything. And I thought this was very important to start off with because we find ourselves in a world where a lot of people like to play the victim, or a lot of people like to explain away why they are where they are, not wanting to take responsibility. Which is why when I heard some of the first couple of speakers sharing about what the Be More Accountability Bootcamp has done for them, I was excited because it speaks of people taking responsibility for their lives and the decisions that they're going to make. So Covey says, you and I, our outcomes are not based on our circumstances. Our outcomes are based on the decisions we take. Now, at the bottom of your screen there, you're going to see, for the sake of anonymity, I've changed the names there. But these are two persons that I met some 10, 11 years ago. Joshua, who was an Okada rider, and Samuel. Now, these two instances are going to indicate for us, or help to just buttress this statement that we have here. So the two of them were students, grew up in the same community, had the same background, so to speak. And each one of them had a motorcycle that they used for their hustle. Now, what was different about these two is that while both of them were in the same school, their priorities at that point were different. So Joshua would prefer to go out early in the morning to ride his bike, make money, while Samuel would prefer to come to school and then after school go out and ride. Now, what this meant was that Joshua had a little more money to play with. There was heavier traffic in the morning, so he made more money from his outings early in the day, while Samuel was basically left with the reserves later in the day. Fast forward 10 years down the line, and Joshua could not go far in school. He stopped after his SSC and continued with his Okada business. I think he eventually bought one or two others. But Samuel progressed to a higher institution. I think, if I remember correctly, he did his teacher's NCE, then had a degree, got a job. Now, today, as we speak, I'm still in contact with these persons. The bike that Joshua is still riding as an Okada in his early 30s is a bike that Samuel bought and gave to him, while Samuel has a couple of other investments elsewhere that are bringing him income while he continues with his job. Same background, same opportunities, different choices, different decisions that they made along the path that they were traveling. And of course, with the choices came outcomes, implications, and consequences. The second set of people I'm talking about here are actually my colleagues in the workplace. And again, just to preserve their identity, I call one Mark, the other one I call Shags. Those are not their real names. Now, a couple of years after we resumed work, we finished our on-the-job trainings and were posted. Mark was interested in every organization, there will always be that one or two postings that appear to confer you advantage as far as earnings are concerned. So there are postings that are considered a bit more lucrative. And so Mark was hustling in that line, eventually got something along those lines. Whilst Shags stayed in that quiet corner where he had been placed, not so much of lucrative feedback coming for him, but he had a little time on his hands and he devoted that time to building capacity. One certification after the other, one program after the other, one developmental assignment after the other. And fast forward to 2015, Mark is still in that position on the grade level that his career allowed him to progress on a tenure base to. While Shags, because of how relevant he had become in the organization, was sought after by several business leaders. And 2 years after that time, because of his contributions on a particular assignment, a citation was written to him and he got an accelerated promotion. Why? He chose to invest in himself, build himself up. He wasn't interested in the short-term benefits of going to work in certain places. Similar to what we're talking about Joshua. Joshua was looking at the short-term benefits of having to make that instant returns. Whereas for Samuel, for Shags, they chose to build capacity, invest in themselves, grow themselves, so that they can take advantage of opportunities that will come up. Now, just to before I move on to the next thing, where we currently are in my organization right now, Mark has been so disadvantaged that opportunities were presented for people to vie for higher positions. He did not have the credentials that will support him progressing. So as we speak, Shags has moved like 3 steps ahead of him. Again, the same time they entered the organization, same background. As a matter of fact, they started working in the same function before their paths differed. You are not a product of your circumstances. It is the choices, the decisions that you make along your career journey that will determine how far you will go. Now, having said that, I'd like us to talk about the career management. When we say career management, we're talking about, first of all, what is your career? The general course of action a person chooses to pursue throughout his or her working life. So whether you're being an architect, you're an engineer, policeman, a chef, plumber, you're in banking, you're in the medical industry, whatever it is that you choose to do or pursue throughout your working life, that's what amounts to your career. Yeah. So when we're now talking about career management, we're talking about a process, a process that involves planning, choosing and setting goals and formulating strategies to achieve them. So you have basically what is like a career trajectory that you have for yourself. You're aspiring to get somewhere. If you like your career vision, where you would like to get to in your career, and then you begin to plan, okay, so if I want to get to this place in my career, what should I do along the way? What course should I take now? What certification should I be looking to build upon? And so on and so forth, so that I will get to this place. Yeah. So when we say career management, typically organizations manage the careers of their employees to meet their own objectives, the objectives of the organization. So it can happen at a personal level, it can also happen at the organizational level. So the organization, for continuity's sake, is looking at how they can maintain a crop of employees who will continue to provide them leadership, maintain a couple of employees who will serve in the engineering capacity, who will serve in the HR capacity, who will serve them in finance, in risk management, and all the parameters that are important to them. So they will continue to build the careers of their employees along those lines. It doesn't have to be what you as an employee want, which is where the personal aspects of career management comes. And so you finish from school and you jump into the labor market, you're looking for a job. And now, not many people have goals that are driving their careers. But for as many as have those goals, they determine what steps they will take in building their career. So, for instance, for someone who's looking for job satisfaction, yeah? Now, you're looking for job satisfaction, you're looking to work or build your career to place you in a position where you're doing a job that satisfies your passion, that gives you, that gets you excited. So for instance, somebody has a passion for football. So he's going to be looking at building his career in footballing. The question is, how far does this person want to go to? And what are the things they need to do? So perhaps starting with a football academy in the neighborhood, moving to a higher level, going for camping, and then at some point progressing to trials. For those of you who have a passion for football, you will know that there's a young fellow who is called, not necessarily young, a footballer called Cristiano Ronaldo. And some of his colleagues have shared testimonies about him that the man is a disciplined fellow. As in, hours before his colleagues have come for training or after they have gone, he is there putting in the works, training after training, free kick trial after free kick. And so by the time he gets to manifestation, what you see is perfection. But at the back end, because he has set goals for himself, he pushes himself so that he can get those results. But again, it's about what is driving you. Is it job satisfaction you're looking for? You're looking to align with your passion. Are you looking for experience for something in the future? It will guide the career decisions you're taking today. Are you looking for fulfillment or looking to build skills? For some people, they are just looking for what will give them provision. Let them just be able to earn a living. And of course, for some people, their own is, let me break away from poverty. So whatever your goal is, shall know that you will need to have a vision for what your career should look like. And the reason this is important is we live in a workplace that is very dynamic. My organization, before the last 5 years, progression was mostly tenure-based up till verifying your career and then some small level of competition. I was privileged to be in a panel one day when we were conducting interview exercises to grant some employees promotion. And a senior leader was saying how things had changed so remarkably. Before now, people were satisfied doing the barest minimum just to get by. But things have so changed now that if you are not the best at what you do, chances of progression are limited. So doing the barest minimum to get by is no longer enough, especially if you are those who belong in the ambitious category who want to grow and get to the top. So now that you have identified what your goal is, the next thing will be so whatever things that you need to do, whether it is taking advantage of opportunities, whether it is positioning yourself correctly, is that you will now need to do what we call a SWOT analysis, where you're reviewing yourself and reviewing your environment, or like I like to call it, self-awareness and environmental awareness. So you're checking yourself. What are the things that you are very good at? What are your strengths? Are you good with numbers? Are you good with prose? Are you a good storyteller? Are you athletic? Whatever it is, those are the areas you'll be looking to build yourself, to build a career for yourself. What are those things that amount to weaknesses? Now, it's important you know yourself this well so that as you're checking out the environment, you're also understanding how you can position yourself correctly. So out there, what are the opportunities that are available that you can seize? This is where you find that your strengths are useful to you. So your strengths, depending on the nature of your strengths, position you to take advantage of certain opportunities out there. So you know yourself, you also know what the environment is saying. In the space where we live right now, there's a lot of push towards IT. Do you have a strength in that area? Can you quickly build up certain areas and position yourself correctly to take advantage of the opportunities that are there or that are going to come up? Now, what are the threats? What are the things that look like can take away the job that you currently even have, so that you can do something quickly to either give you an extra advantage or neutralize those threats? Because the truth is that for those who have been in the workplace for some time, you agree with me that there are some jobs that were very relevant a couple of years ago. Today, they are neither here nor there. Computers, AI have taken over those jobs. When was it that we had some members of the movie industry out there on strike because script writing, story writing, adaptation of certain things have been taken over by AI? And so those things that were exclusive purviews of certain individuals, machines can do them. Robotics can do them. And so if you're not sensitive to what is going on in the environment, you're not paying attention, you're not conscious, you just may find that today you have a career, tomorrow you don't have. And so as you grow in this self-awareness and environmental awareness, the next thing will now be for you to articulate a strategy. What is the plan that you have to equip yourself so that you can achieve your overall career goals? So next thing I just ask this question that is for you to reflect on. Have you been deliberate and purposeful about how you're progressing in life? What informed, for instance, the course of your study, the choice of the course of study that you did in your higher institution? And for some of you who are not there yet, what is driving you in that direction? And then for some of you who are already in the workplace, what is the reason for the career choice you have made? Was it a conscious decision, or did you just find yourself driven there by the currents of pressure or convenience? As far as career management is concerned, you don't leave things to chance. You have to take responsibility. So I thought to add this here because I just spoke about the opportunities and the threats that are out there. I got this from Coursera. I requested them to send me a list of what the world looks like as far as personal development is concerned. And I got this report from them that says, on the left side of the screen, you see fastest growing digital skills for last year, and then fastest growing human skills for 2023. it looks like this is what the world is shifting towards. So you want to remain relevant, you want to build capacity to make yourself continually useful, and perhaps, for lack of a better word, make yourself indispensable in the workplace. You have to know what is going on out there and build capacity according to the areas of your strength. Of course, you don't neglect the areas of weakness either, because if you find that you have a weakness in an area that looks very relevant, you have to make investments to build yourself in that area so that you don't completely shut yourself out of opportunities that may present themselves. Now, I will normally pause here to tell that in the workplace, you have several generations. I don't know the combination of people here online, but I thought someone might benefit from this. Now, we live in times where there's different people with different appetites for knowledge in the workplace. Yeah. Now, I will normally I say that the average workplace has about 4 generations. Your Gen Z, Gen Y, Gen X, and then the baby boomers. Now, these different categories have different dispositions towards personal development. We live in a time that knowledge is power, and you have to continue to pursue it. Our previous generations, the early generations, are not very big on personal development. Unfortunately, they are competing in the workplace with the people who have a voracious appetite for knowledge, always pursuing, always seeking, always studying. We recently did a study in the workplace to find, to see who amongst these generations in our workplace was taking more advantage of the opportunities we had for personal development. And out of the results that we saw, over 75% belong to Gen Z, the Gen Ys and the Gen Z, the younger ones. So if you are here and you belong to my own generation and perhaps the generation before, if we don't continue to take responsibility and build capacity and add to ourselves, you'll wake up one day and find that Gens Y and Z have taken over everything and we're left empty-handed. A word they say is enough for the wise. So I mentioned this earlier that at the organizational level, career management typically the organization just focuses on what will help them. So they have the objectives as an organization, and based on the objectives, there are skills and competencies that they require. So based on that, they are going to be building their workforce plan and recruiting to suit their objectives. They will also do what they call the competence management. My place will use the skill pool forums. There will be career progression. There will be talent management frameworks. All of these are to satisfy the objectives of the organization. Now, this is relevant for those of you who are in the workplace, who are in paid employment, to the extent that if you know what the objectives of the organization are, you know the skills and competencies they require today and for tomorrow, then you can begin to position yourself. So, for instance, in my workplace now, one of the things that has come up recently is the area of risk management and sustainability. So, and we know that this area is not what we've been very big on before now, but looks like it has come in. It's part of our refreshed governance framework. As a matter of fact, it is so key that whole departments have been created for that. Offices are created for that. Now, the person who is very conscious of what's going on in the organization now realize, okay, we have this new place that is coming. If I'm going to take advantage of the opportunities that are going to come up in here, is to begin to build myself along those lines. What programs can I quickly just expose myself to build capacity to key into these initiatives that are coming up now. Because, like I said, the organization is interested in what works for it. But you can profit from that by knowing what the organization wants to achieve, knowing what it needs to achieve, and making yourself that which the organization needs to achieve its plans. So that you find that no matter how dynamic the workplace is, you remain relevant, you remain useful, you remain successful. Now, this is what the foundational development framework sample looks like. So a graduate trainee comes in, and for the first couple of weeks, there's the onboarding. Then you have the foundation training programs, after which you're posted for somewhere around 24 months, 12 to 24 months to do what we call the on-job training, on-the-job training. Now, after that, we'll post you to the business, and as all of this is progressing, they are adding one module after the other to continue to package you into what they need. Career management at the organizational level, I said before, is to fulfill the needs of the organization. Where you and I benefit from that is if you know what the needs of the organization are and you make that extra effort to build yourself up, you will just present yourself as that very useful employee that the organization actually cannot do without. Over the last 2 to 4 years, there's been increasing numbers of voluntary exit schemes or accelerated exit schemes released by the organizations, different organizations, because options in the workplace are shrinking. Employment opportunities are shrinking. Organizations are shrinking. And so not everyone is guaranteed to continue to have a seat to sit on. So it's the extent to which you remain robustly packaged that you will continue to guarantee yourself a position. Then, of course, this again just talks about examples of what career projection can look like. Sorry, the program just modeled my slides a bit here, but what you find here is that from being a young professional, the employee can progress to any level in the career management trajectory. You can rise from officer to management, some levels being tenured, some others are competitive. But the extent to which you're able to compete for positions and better your colleagues is a function of how relevant your experience, your qualities, your certificates are to the organization and to the roles that will come up. Then, of course, there are usually, for certain organizations, you will have top talent accelerated progressions. Now, top talent is not so much about being a first-class student or being this exceptionally brilliant person. But a lot of places, what I have seen with top talent accelerated progression, it's about your work ethic, your diligence, and the value addition to yourself or to the organization through what you have done to yourself. I was telling you about a colleague, Shegs, earlier. Shegs started working with the transformation team and realized that, okay, for him to thrive in this place, he needs to equip himself with a particular certification. And within 6 months, he had packaged himself, spent some of his money, got support from his organization to do some of the other things, came back with this certification. And of course, he was accelerated to the forward line because of what he had to add. Then, now, not many people find this useful, but when we talk about skill pools and disciplines, this is what we typically refer. So you have HR as a skill pool, and inside there's career management, career and performance management, learning and development, compensation and benefits, and all of that. I'm sure that the facilitator can share some of this content with you at some point. Now, What does career management seek to achieve? Grow technical, professional, and leadership capacity. It creates opportunities for top performers to grow and thrive. Because as you build yourself up, you will definitely grow and thrive in the workplace. It helps to plan succession management because typically, as leaders are exiting the system, managers are exiting, professionals are exiting, career management helps to build others that will take those places. And then, of course, it provides a platform for recognition and reward of exceptional performance. Then the benefits that come with it, for organizations, they're able to attract employees and retain them. They're also able to prevent having to spend money to recruit from without when they can build capacity from within and carry their employees to certain levels. Of course, it encourages employee equity too. Now, to close, I say that career management is an essential part of your work life. Even if you choose to do nothing, you're managing the career. With nothing, and of course, you will get nothing. Now, different organizations practice it at various levels and to different extents. Yeah. Now, while the organizations pursue it for business continuity and assurance, the truth is that your career is your responsibility. So, how far you will go, how successful you will be, what advantages you will confer upon yourself in the workplace over other colleagues, it all depends on you. So, you want to pause and ask, why are you here? What do you want to achieve? Where are you going to? And how will you get there? You're able to answer these questions, and I can assure you they're on the right path, and you will definitely succeed. So, thank you for patiently listening. Because if there are questions, you can take a minute or two to just respond to them. In the meantime, back to our host and anchor.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, sir. That was, in fact, I was taking notes copiously. Thank you. Thank you so much for that very wonderful. There are many things that I didn't know, but what caught my attention especially was that career management is at two levels. There's the organizational level, and then there's what I need to do on my own personal level, to be able to fit into that. So, what do people need to do? Because you find that people sometimes are just stagnated in the course of their careers are stagnated due to they feel like they are doing everything. You're going to work, you're showing up at work, you're doing all that is assigned to you, you're doing all that is assigned to you, but somehow you get stuck in your career. You're not progressing as you should. So when you say that the responsibility is on the person, how can you just break that down a little bit? Let's know to what extent, and then what a person can do to begin to at least have that progress in their career path.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, um, now there's the employee who is satisfied with going to work every day, doing the barest minimum, what is assigned to them, closing and going home, waiting for when they are going to be appraised and promoted, not wanting to make the extra effort or to do anything extra. Then there's also the employee who, anytime you give a task to, you are sure that you will get a little extra. Anytime there's an opportunity to contribute, they are contributing. And when they have time, because this person has a plan, they are not content with just the norm. Remember, we said that when you're going to build your career, you must first set out what your career goals are. Yeah. Now, if you have, let's say for the sake of a conversation, I've entered my organization, and after 3 years, having seen things clearly, I say, okay, I want to get to the position of an executive vice president in my office. And from where I am, and the people I have seen, it is doable. Yeah. And we said that after you have set the goal, the next thing will be for you to carry out a SWOT. So, what are the strengths that I possess that make me think I can get there? What are the things that amount to weakness? What opportunities are going to come and what are the threats? Once you have identified all of these things and put them in their quadrants, the thing is your strengths, how can you build on them continually? Because the truth is, opportunities don't tell you when they will come. So yes, maybe someone has experienced stagnation, and I can give several examples, even in my workplace, of people who experienced stagnation. Some stagnated for 5-6 years and became disillusioned. It's at the point where they became disillusioned and just shelved everything that opportunities came knocking. Unfortunately for them, at the point where opportunities came knocking, they were either not in the right frame of mind or had not equipped themselves enough to take advantage of opportunities. And then you find some young fellow who just came on bustling with energy, but continually consuming volumes of knowledge, taking advantage of the opportunities and going on. And then you find some other person becoming disgruntled. Why? Because they did not prepare themselves. So basically, in the workplace, when you have set your goals, you have done your SWOT, put in place a strategy. How will you ensure that you continue to remain relevant? Now, this will not work for those who are content with just staying in a corner in their workplace and not knowing what is happening around them. Environmental awareness says, know what is going on in your place of work. As things are happening, be in the know. Don't be that person who exists in a silo. Changes are happening at strategic levels in your organization you don't know. I was just telling us here how that recently we've had a lot of things kicking off in the space of risk management and sustainability in the workplace. These are not things that we were hearing in my organization some 3-4 years ago, but they are happening now. And those who are environmentally aware and want to take advantage will begin to take steps. But for the person who is in a silo and doesn't know that things like this are happening, you can't know opportunities if you're not conscious of what's going on around you. You can't see them. So be self-aware, be environmentally aware. Build yourself up, position yourself for opportunities, because opportunities will not give you heads up before they come. Yes, there may be periods of stagnation, but that you have been stagnated for a period does not mean that the road has ended. In that period that looks like a freeze period, keep building yourself up. The opportunities will come. And when they come, you will jump right on them and fly.
Thank you so much, sir. In fact, I hear you loud and clear. A lot of these things have to do with when we take personal responsibility. Don't wait for anyone to, push you around, because there's something that I always like to say, that you are the most important piece of your life, and it's your life. Nobody is going to come and the person is busy with their own life. So you need to take responsibility and begin to do the things. But you mentioned a very key word. Sometimes when we hear things like strategy, we think that strategy is for an organization. We think that strategy is for corporate. We forget that these things, we can bring them back and domesticate them, even at the individual level. And then you begin to have the results, like you are an organization. And indeed, you have to begin to consider yourself as an organization. Tracy and Tracy Nigeria Enterprises, the chairman, the CEO, the everything of that enterprises. Thank you so much. This was really an eye-opening session. I know that participants are listening to you, and going forward, we begin to take that responsibility. Funke says that her take-home is that the organization has a plan for its progression, but it is towards their own objective. And so you also have to begin to chart your own growth course. That is what Funke says she took away from your presentation. The organization will chart their own. They have their aim. So you have to also, as the individual, you need to sit down and also develop your own strategy, that as the organization is doing like this, you too, you are trying to align what they are doing so that you can also be there at every point in time to get the best out of what the organization is doing. Oluwasegun Ayinde says environmental awareness. That thank you very much, sir. That is what he says. A lot of comments saying thank you, thank you, thank you so much, sir. This was a real eye-opening session for us. We are grateful to have you here to share your expertise and from your knowledge with us this evening. So thank you very, very much, sir. With the
Thank you.
Let's Upgrade workshop, we say thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you for having me. Thank you.
Great,
Thank
great, great. Thank you, sir. So we'll take you will gladly excuse you now so that we can go ahead. Hello everyone. Thank you for being here. And that was just our first session, and wow, our career clinic that was taken by Mr. Teso, and he did justice. A lot of I took lots of notes. I hope you are taking notes. It's a workshop because you are going to have to take this knowledge and do something with it. And I always tell my people that we do not have a photographic memory. You are in class, so take notes. Hi, Onyinye says that her takeaway is that she should be involved in what her organization is doing and that she needs to keep upgrading herself to keep being relevant. Very, very apt. Don't be in a corner. The world is too big. Don't be in a corner. Jennifer says her takeaway is that she's responsible for her career development. Yes, indeed you are. Thank you so much, everyone. Keep the comments coming. Our next speaker in the business clinic is already in the building. Let me see your emojis. Let me see your fire emoji. Let me see your excitement. We have the next speaker already. I know. In fact, just let me know. Just wait for it. We are in for the time of our lives. The next speaker is going to be taking the business clinic, and he'll be coming up shortly. But just before he comes, we'll just take 1 or 2 videos that will last just maybe for a minute or two, and then I will bring up the next speaker. I would read out his profile, and then I will bring him up. But just before he comes up, we'll listen to just 1 or 2 videos, just like so that we can distress a little bit before and be ready for the next session in a minute or two. So we're going to have that now.
Hi, my name is Kumawesi Jennifer Kuro. I'm a participant at the Be More Accountability Bootcamp Cohort 1. My experience in the bootcamp has been nothing short of amazing. I am a high achiever, so naturally I'm always looking for ways to better myself. In my quest for personal development, I decided to enroll for this bootcamp. And I must say that I have actually learned so much along the way. There are things I did that I didn't even understand why I was doing them in the first place. But being a part of the bootcamp, I got to learn so much. And also I got to learn so many new things along the way. I got new habits. It's just incredible the amount of resources and the amount of tools at our disposal within the bootcamp, and the fact that you actually have to be held accountable for your actions, which is something that a lot of us lack. I lacked it, so it was really a good experience for me. I would say that the bootcamp is better experience than explain. There is just no two ways about it. You have to experience this to actually understand what I'm saying. So bootcamp, great. Coach Tracy, great. Everything, great. Just
Hello, I am Oluwakemi Felicity. I'm one of the first cohort of the Advanced Launch Boot Camp. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't want to miss this next cohort. As for me, I'm forever on the Advanced Launch. All right, thank you. I want to say one of the things I know I benefited from the Advanced Launch is a community. You cannot do life alone. You need a community. In fact, the community is a big deal for me. And because of that, and also Coach Tracy also held our hand. One mindset I want you to have is to make yourself accountable. and it is until you make yourself accountable you will benefit immensely from this boot camp. Also, the boot camp, what it does for me, it finds me. It's like I've pieces myself here and there on the verge of I'm trying to find a purpose in life, or I'm trying to be nice. It's good, but see, as my coach will say, you are the most important piece in your journey, and that is why you need to focus on yourself. It is not selfishness. It is not selfishness. It is self-preservation. My God, you cannot afford to miss this next cohort. To shock you, I'm already in the cohort 2 of the boot camp. My God, the value the advanced launch boot camper brings, I don't think I've ever seen that value so in another community. So join me in cohort 2 of the advanced launch boot camp. I want to see you there. All right, bye.
Alrighty. That was just from the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. And so now we are back and we're ready for our next session with Coach Kunle Ologe. He's going to be taking out the business clinic. So I'll just bring him from backstage on stage. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello, Tracy. I'm so glad to be here.
We
Well
are
done.
super excited to have you here. It's such an honor and a privilege to have you here to speak to us in the business clinic on the Let's Upgrade workshop. Welcome, sir.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you.
just a little bit about Coach Kunle before he digs right into it. Coach Kunle Ologe is a marriage counselor. He's a business mentor and the founder of the Marriage Seal Academy. He serves as a deacon in the Living Faith Church and is a drama minister. He runs the Kunle Ologe Business Mentorship Program, where he mentors startups, established businesses, and even individuals on how to better structure and become more profitable in their own endeavors. He runs successful businesses of his own, one of which is a smart office, a co-working hub in the city of Abuja. He's a serial investor and has created wealth from property and trading over the years. He's a seasoned banker and worked in the Nigerian banking sector for over 18 years, where he was a branch manager for over 6 of those years in Zenith Bank, before he voluntarily retired to face other concerns in career, in marriage counseling, and in business mentorship just in 2023. Kunle is a member of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators UK, Nigerian Institute of Management, and the Chartered Institute of Loan and Risk Management in Nigeria. So with Let's Upgrade workshop welcome. Let's welcome Coach Kunle Ologe as he takes us through our business clinic. You're welcome again, sir. Please, the stage is all yours.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tracy. It's great to be here at this workshop organized by the Advanced Lounge. And I'm so happy that all of you could join us here for this. It's such a beautiful thing to be able to use self-development to move yourself from point A to point B. And I hope that you picked a lot from the teaching of Mr. Teso Akpera, who took the first session. I was here taking notes. I don't know about you. I was here taking notes. So it's going to help to lift you from where you are in your organization to somewhere that you can't even believe that you are going to get to. I had an experience like that while I worked in the bank, and I got way ahead of my colleagues and even those who trained me in the bank way before them. I mean, I became heads way before them because I was able to tap into opportunities as they come, and I was able to develop myself. So I'm so glad, and I see all of you saying hello, and I greet you in here. I greet everybody that is here. Let's dive right in. We have a short time to do this, and I'm going to be talking about building a thriving business, essential strategies and tools. Building a thriving business, essential strategies and tools. Before I go into that, let me tell you a very short story about myself. So while I was in the university, or as I got into university, it was a tough time for my family because at that time, my father had been unjustly sacked from the university system. And so he went to court, to pursue that case. In the time he was pursuing that case, it was tough. And that was the time I also got admission into the university and got into the university. Now, it was difficult for me to ask for anything extra from them because I knew very well that they were giving all they could. And this is where adversity really helps you to thrive. Now, in that adversity, at a point, a particular day came and somebody was doing her birthday. I didn't have anything to give as a gift. So as we were all going to visit her in her place as students, I had that little skill. That's self-development again. I had that little skill and I could make cards. So I sat down. My roommate was an architecture student. So he always had cardboard around and all of that. So I picked some of the offcuts of the cardboard around, put it together, made a small card about the size of my fist, and made an envelope also for it. And that was what I presented as my gift to the person who was doing the birthday. You know what? That was her most unique gift. She was so excited about it. And I was wondering, wow, if somebody can be excited about a gift, then that means I can make more and sell. Yeah, and that was where my business actually started. So yes, I started business in the university and I was making cards and I was making a lot of money from it. Yes, that was how I was able to sustain myself. People thought I was the child of a big boy, you know, in those days, Nigerian big boy. I wasn't. I was just a hard worker who had delved into business and who was doing the best. And that's part of what I'm going to be teaching you here today, how you can actually start business if you've not started yet, or make the business that you are doing more sustainable. By the way, everybody can do business. It doesn't matter if you have a career right now or not. Everybody can actually do business. And I did a lot of business, even being a banker. So what's your excuse? I was a banker, very, very busy, yet I did business all through. And my business did not clash with my work. No, it didn't. I was able to separate business and work. And you know, Tracy just said that I founded the Kunle Ologe Business Mentorship Program. And there I teach people how to build their businesses and how to do business on the side while you are actually still working. It will help you at the end of the day because maybe a day may come when, like me, you would want to step out of that paid employment where you are. Now, how you will be able to do that successfully is if you've already built something. So if you have something that you have already built on the side, then you can step out. The day I resigned from my job in the bank, as I was stepping out that day, the next day I was in my own private office. I already had a private office where I used to go work at night. So it is very, very possible. Very, very possible. But let's go into what we're talking about today. So today we're going to be talking about business in the context of an entrepreneur. That's where we're going to be facing it from, because I want to believe that those are the kind of people that I have listening, people you will want to become one day. So an entrepreneur is a person who sets up a business, taking all the financial risks for that business in hope of making a profit. So you yourself, you are the business, you are everything of the business. The success is business is you. The failure in the business is also you. So you will need to understand that that is what an entrepreneur is. Now, if you look at that definition of an entrepreneur, you see profit. Yes, that profit inside is very important in business. So when people come to me and say, oh, coach, please, can you mentor me in my business? Can you help me grow my business? Can you help me start my business? I tell them, why do you want to do business? And then they start telling me, well, you know, I have a passion to make hair. I have a passion to do that. And I say, hold on, wait. If you want me to mentor you, the first thing you need to think about is profit. I want to make profit. I want to make money. Unfortunately, people have made us feel that money has a problem. People have made us feel like if you like money, there's a problem with you. In fact, they've quoted the Bible wrongly to say the love of money is the root of evil. Or no, they've quoted it wrongly to say money is the root of evil. But what the Bible actually said is the love of money. So when you make money your God, that's when it is evil. But other than that, you are joining me here today. How did you join me? You paid for the subscription of the data that you are using, right? Yeah, so you join me with money. Every single thing you are going to do is with money. So why do we run away from money? That's a discussion for another day. Let me face what it is that they have asked me to come and do here. All right. So as an entrepreneur, you must first become what I call a personal success. So you yourself must be a success before business can be a success. Did you get that? Please, somebody should put it in the comment section. For you to be a good entrepreneur, you must first have personal success. It is personal success that moves you to business success. Personal success moves you onto business success. So if you don't have personal success, you can't have business success. That's why those of you who are already in the boot camp, or you've already attended the boot camp of the Advanced Lounge, you have done yourself some good, because the whole idea of the Advanced Lounge is to help you in your personal development of self. When you've been able to develop self, then you can move to something else. And I greet you, Ruth. How are you doing? Yes, I greet you very much. So you must first have personal success before you move to business success. A lot of people jump into business when their own personal lives are not together. Have personal growth first. Focus on your personal growth. It will make business easier. Of course, it doesn't stop you from starting business. But if you must start business, as you are starting the business, be developing yourself personally. That way you'll be able to thrive in business. So you cannot neglect personal development if you really want to improve in business. Now, let's move to some elements of business that I'm going to talk about. And that's what I'm going to focus on in the few minutes that we have together. Some of the elements of business. And follow me very carefully. If you're a business person, follow me. If you are not, follow me, because you will become a business person one day or the other. The first element of business we want to talk about is your product or service. What is your offering? What are you offering? You must be offering something. So what is that something that you are offering? A lot of people get into business and they're confused. Today, they're doing Zobo. Tomorrow, they start selling Gary. Next tomorrow, they own a hair studio. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with developing multiple businesses. In fact, I encourage it. But the question is, have you developed one before you moved into the other one? So, or do you just have all kinds of businesses hanging around? And that's why when you ask many people, what do you do? They just say, I'm a business person. Business doing what? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. So what is your product or your service? You must have a key product or a key service. The next thing is, how developed is this product and service? Let's take, for instance, if you are a tailor. So the service you are rendering, what you have is a service. So you are rendering tailoring services. You help people to sew clothes, beautiful clothes. Yeah. Now, if that is your core, then what is, or how developed is that core? Have you gone to learn new styles of doing this? Have you gone to develop the ones that you know? What is it that you have done to improve that particular offering that you have? And that is how developed your offering is. You must ensure that your offering is ultimately developed. And that development continues. It never stops. Some people mess up their businesses because they stop developing it. There's a story my wife told me about somebody, a man in her village, who was a mechanic for Peugeot in those days. I don't know, people who are here in my generations and before. Those days when Peugeot was a thing, Peugeot 504, station wagon, you know all of that. I greet you, Mary. Hi. I greet you very well. So that time, he was a very good expert in Peugeot cars. Now, as the 80s started turning in, Japanese cars started coming into Nigeria and becoming a thing. Now, this man refused to move from those Peugeot cars that he knew how to. While other mechanics were learning how to fix the Japanese cars and how to work on them, he stuck with his Peugeot. Very, very soon, people were no longer using Peugeot, so he had less customers. Very soon, he was completely out of the market and he was completely broke. This was a man who had one of the biggest workshops, and used to fix Peugeots, and even government officials, everybody used to take their cars to him. So you must always develop what it is that you have. Don't pick an offering and just sit down on it. No, you must develop it. All right, so let's move on. The next thing under the products and service is, what are your value-added services or products? So yes, I have talked about the core product. Then you need to surround that core product with other value-added services. Let me give you an instance. Let's say that your product is Zobo. You make Zobo, right? That's your product. The value-added service beside that can be making ice blocks. Because your Zobo anyway is going to need to be cold. So you have a fridge that you're using to do the Zobo. What stops you from also making ice blocks? So that people can also come and buy ice from you while they're buying the Zobo. So Zobo is the main one. The ice is the added value. So you need to now start developing those additional values around your core product. That way you are not stuck. So the time the core product is not bringing in money, those little values will be bringing in money. So that's the third thing about product and service. And then the fourth thing, which is so important about product and service, is how do you market? How do you market? Marketing is a big thing. In every aspect of life, you must market. Somebody should put it down there in the comment section. In every aspect of life, you must market. Marriage, you must market. Parenting, you must market. Business, you must market. Dealing with relatives, you must market. Politics, you must. Somebody is wondering, coach, how do you market in marriage? Oh, I'm sure you heard my introduction. I'm first a marriage counselor. That's what I do. That's my 9-to-5 job, if there's anything like that. So that's what I do. And in marriage, how you pass information from yourself to your spouse is marketing. So you want your spouse to agree that you guys should go on a vacation to Lagos or something like that. How do you sell it to that your spouse? You need to be able to market it so that your spouse will buy into it and agree with you. Can you now see where marketing is in marriage? Yeah, so I teach it a lot at the Marriage Seal Academy, and we have a program called the Couples Conclave, and it's an 11-month program where we take couples by the hand throughout the year, and we start again the next year. And one of the things I teach them is how to market things to their spouses, because sometimes you have a spouse who does not like counseling, does not want to hear about counseling, so you market. You don't force. The same in business. You don't force things down people's throats. You market it. You look for things that you are going to use to prove that this thing that you are selling, this product or service you are selling, is very valuable to the person. It's easy to sell something that is generic. Say Omo. Everybody must buy soap. So you don't need to go around shouting, I'm selling soap, I'm selling soap. Once they see you with the soap, they will buy because it is a need. They know that it is a need. But if you are selling maybe a house, for instance, for somebody that may not be a priority. So you will need to do some extra marketing to get that person to buy it. So you must have a plan, a marketing plan for your business. If you don't have a marketing plan and all you are hoping is that you are going to pray and you say, God, please, this morning when I open my shop or open my business, let customers flood in. I tell you the truth, God has answered that prayer. There is always what you should do. A lot of us have left the responsibility, our own responsibility. We want to dump it on God. No, my dear brother, and God will not do for you what he has given you the power to do. One of those things is market. So design a marketing strategy today for your business. We don't have the time to go into that, but I mean, I'm sure these are things that you get to learn as things go on here at the Advanced Lounge. So that's for product and service. Now let's move to the next element that I want to talk about, and that is capital. Capital. Now, a lot of people come to me, and when I tell them, why are you not doing a business? Why have you not started a business? They will tell me, coach, it's because of capital. Yeah, capital is very, very important. But the problem with many people is the type of capital they're looking for. So you are just entering business the first time. And oh, by the way, capital is that money, that chunk of money that you use to start a business and you use to continue it. So that's capital. So you want to start a business, and you've seen somebody who has done the business for 10 years. And let's say you want to start a mechanic workshop. Let's use that. So you see somebody who has a standard workshop with all the machineries, those machines that jack cars up, all the automatic pumps and all of that. This guy has been doing it for 10 years. And then you want to go into that business, and then you are looking for the capital so that the business will be set up like that guy's business. You are making a mistake. And that's where people run into trouble. Now, as a banker and as a bank manager, many people came to me every day looking for loans to start, capital, right? Looking for loans to start. Now, the truth of the matter is that more than 80% of those people didn't need the money they were coming to ask for. And I was able to guide them to say, you don't need this, because, hey, as a banker, I want to give you money, but I don't want to give you money and be chasing you all around town looking for payment of my money. No, I want to give people money who know what to do with the money. So a woman came to me once. She wanted to complete a house that she wanted to rent out. And she said, oh, she wanted 1.5 million naira to complete it. So then 1.5 million was a lot of money. So just in case you are wondering, coach, 1.5 million, it was a lot of money. Shebi, it was last year that our money now became something else when your new government came in. Okay, it's still my government, right? The bottom line is that 1.5 million, then I'm talking about probably 10 years ago, was a lot of money. So I sat her down, and by the time we finished doing the analysis, do you know how much she actually needed? 600,000. So she would have collected the 1.5, she would have blown it. That's blowing about 900,000. She would have blown it on frivolities, and then the bank will come and be on her neck. So when it comes to capital, start at the level that you can start. You must not start a business with loan. That's a wrong way of starting a business. And that's why many people who go to the bank, you see that your bank will just turn you back, especially when you've not really started the business yet and you want to get a loan. And my beautiful wife is here. Thank you very much. Wendy is here. Without marketing, you are joking as a business person. Yes. And we've covered that. I'm sure you are very certain of that. Back to the capital that we're talking about. So you must not start a business with somebody else's money. Start with your money at the level that you are and grow it. A lot of people don't want to grow businesses. Look, I've started businesses, all kinds of businesses. So my wife and I have done all kinds of businesses. I have sold goat, I've sold beans, I've sold onion, I've done computer gadgets. We've done all kinds of services. We've done Uber. I've done all kinds of, I doubt if there's any business you will mention that my wife and I have not participated in. And we didn't start at the top. We always started at where we are or where we were as at the time we started. So you must start your business where you are and then grow it. Let's move quickly. So don't burn your capital. That's a mistake also that people make. So you started a business with 500,000. And then at the end of the year, you can't show me the 500,000. What you can show me is 300,000. You've burnt your capital. And that happens because there's no accountability. There's so much that I need to tell you, but we'll just take the little that I can tell you in the time that we have so that you can now, build on it, later on. So don't burn your capital. In fact, you should raise your capital every year. You should increase your capital. You increase your capital with what we call retained earnings. So when you've made a profit, we'll talk about profit. You don't eat up all your profit. So your capital was 500,000. You made a profit, let's say for the year. You now made a profit on top of that 500,000. You made a profit of 200,000. Now, you don't eat the 200,000. No. You take part of it, maybe like 100,000, add it to that 500,000 so that your capital now grows to what? 600,000. Then you can burn off the 100,000 extra on whatever it is that you want. But if you keep doing this, before you know what's happening, that 500,000 capital would have turned to 10 million. That's how capital is grown. So you must increase your capital every year. Please, I said it before, I'll say it again. Beware of debt. You must not start your business or even run your business with loans. Don't get carried away with the flashiness of business, as in you want your business to be flashy. You want everybody to see that, but you've not yet reached there. Where are you running to? Be patient. Wait until you have built to that extent. All right, let's move on. So let's talk about the next one, which is income. Now, income is the money that comes into your business. Don't mistake it for profit. They're not the same thing. Income is what comes, the payment you get from your service or for your goods. That is your income. But part of that income is still the capital. So that's why I said don't mistake it for profit. So you bought a phone. So you bought a phone. You bought a phone for 100,000 and you sold it for 150,000. Your income is 150,000. So all the money that comes in, remember the 100,000 that you used to buy it is in that income. Your profit is also in that income. So this is something that you must know. So your income must be regular. If you have a star product that doesn't sell every day, maybe you sell cars, for instance. So cars don't sell every day, right? So you don't probably sell every day. That's why you must have those value-added services that you now sell so that you have daily income. Then the day you sell the car, you get big income, right? So you're selling cars, for instance, you can have that, your value-added services may be selling caution triangles, fire extinguishers, and all those other things that people use around cars so that you get to sell every day. It's very important because income must be generated daily. So let your income be generated daily. Let your income be increased continually. So if your income for the whole of the year, this year was 1 million naira, next year it should be about 1.2 or 1.5 and continue to increase that way. That is how you can say a business is sustainable, because every business must scale. Every business must grow. You can only do that if your income keeps increasing. Let's move on. Still talking about income, one thing that you can do is ensure that you have different bank accounts for income and expense. Don't use your income account as your expense account, especially if you are not a very disciplined person. So if you have your income account as bank A, it means everybody pay money into bank A for my goods and services. Then you now open an account bank B in bank B, where you move the money that you have determined as your expense, maybe for the month, into that account and spend from there. I hope somebody got that. All right. Great. So you must separate this. It will help you a great deal. You know, a lot of these things I'm telling you, I have a course that I run every year, how to make $1 million for your family in 6 months. I ran it last year, and 1 week after I ran it, a lot of people started telling me, Coach, I just made my first $1 million. Coach, I just made my first $1 million. Coach, I just made my first $1 million. Why? Because they were able to apply the seemingly simple principles. I had somebody who came and said, you know what? I used to give free services to friends and family. She was a cook. She knew how to cook very well, but she didn't have an established business. She had her 9-to-5 job. But whenever somebody was doing a party or something, she would come and cook for free. But one of the things I taught in that course was, why are you doing things for free when you can get paid for it? These same people you are doing it for free from, is not that they cannot afford to pay you, number one. Number two, if they were going to hire somebody, they will pay the person. So why don't you also ask for payment? Maybe the best you can do is give them a discount. And this woman heard that thing and picked it and began to ask for payment for, and people gladly, happily gave her. So it means that all the years that she was doing it, people were just using her since she wanted to give it free, no problem. But they were ready to also pay her. And that was how she made her own first $1 million. Boom. So making ₦1 million is not as difficult as it looks. You know, that course opened the eyes of many people around the world. And hopefully we're having another edition of it, I think this month or so, or is it in July? I can't remember which day my staff has put for that. All right, so let's move on. Now, let's talk about expense. I hope I'm still in time. Yeah, all right, great. So let's talk about expense. Now, talking about expense, you must understand that expense is what you spend, right? What you spend. In expense, in simple accounting now, let's not break it down. So in simple accounting, your expense also includes the amount that you use to buy those goods. So the phone that we spoke about, right, that you bought for 100,000, that 100,000 is part of your expense for the month. And the accounting you should do for your business should be monthly. It will help you. Don't lump it over long periods of time. The longest period that you must do accounting and have accounts, at least a cash flow account, is a month. So within that month, you must be able to determine how much do I spend as expense. Remember when I talked about having different accounts, right? So if you know that in a month for this your business, both for the goods that you're going to buy and for the other things, running costs, salaries, electricity, and all of that, you are going to spend X amount. So let's put an amount, 50,000 naira in a month is what you are going to spend. You will be able to determine that if you've been able to monitor your expenses every month. So monitor your expenses and have that expense that you know that this month, every month, this is how much we usually spend. Once you have that knowledge, then anything above that, you know that you need to explain it to yourself. Oh, by the way, let me tell you something. As an entrepreneur, you are everything. So you are the CEO, you are the accountant, you are the auditor, you are the everything to yourself. So you wear different caps. So the time for CEO, wear CEO cap. When it's time, end of month, for you to do accounts, remove CEO cap, wear the accountant cap and do your accounts. When it's time to audit at a period, maybe 6 months, go through the accounts to make sure everything is going on well. You will wear all these caps. That again is where self-development comes in. Yeah. So if you develop yourself, you'll be able to wear these caps easily. Self-development. Very, very important. So when you have your expense, remember you must have that set expense for the month, for the year. It's part of your budget. In fact, your business must have a budget and you must determine beforehand, this is how much we spend as expense for the business. Now, ensure that you don't spend things you have not budgeted for. If for any reason you need to spend money that you have not budgeted for, you need to create the income for it in the future so that it doesn't eat into your capital. Remember what we spoke about. All right, so that's good. And you must also understand that affordability is a relative word. That you want to buy a car and it's 5 million naira. That you have 5 million naira sitting down in the account does not mean you can afford that car. Did somebody just hear me? I'm going to break a table now. That you have 5 million naira in your account and you want to buy a car of 5 million, it doesn't mean you can afford that car. Because the moment you pay for that car, 5 million, you are gone down to zero. So you can't actually afford that car. For you to afford a 5 million naira car, you need to have like 10 million in your account. So that when this 5 million goes in, you still have money in your account to sustain you. That's affordability. Apply that in every other thing that you want to do, even personal spending. Apply it, it will help you a great deal. And then the last one we're going to talk about is profit. Profit. So the profit is why you are actually in business. Remember what I said at the beginning. Why are you in business? Profit. Anything else you are saying is secondary. Passion, all of that is secondary. Because without profit, you can't sustain your business. Your business will crumble and fail. And that's what has happened to many people. They enter business and say passion, passion, passion. And then they forget about the numbers. Maybe because I used to be a banker, so numbers, I'm always looking at the numbers. When you bring a business to me, I'm asking you, what are the numbers? What are the numbers? And my wife and I are always in one investment or the other. So we're asking, what are the numbers? We need to know the numbers. If the numbers don't add up, then hold it. I ain't doing that business. So the aim of business is to profit. You must be able to determine what your profit is every month. And it's very easy. Just take the income, take away the expense from it, you have your profit. It's not as simple as that in reality, but let's just use that for the purpose of this class. So your total income for the month is 150,000. Your total expense is 100,000. It means your profit automatically is 50,000. Now, remember what we said about profit. Never eat all your profit. Profit is after you have paid salary. So let me say this very quickly. As an entrepreneur, in fact, my son asked me this question. My son is 14 years old. He asked me this question, and I was so happy that he asked me. And he said that, do you have a salary now that you no longer work in the bank? Do you have a salary? I said, yes. He said, but how come you own the business? I said, yes. When you own a business, you must pay yourself a salary. Without paying yourself a salary, you will eat into the business. That's what happens to many business people. So have your own personal account. So Kunle Ologe has an account. The Marriage Seal Academy has another account. Kunle Business Mentorship has another account. I get paid salary from different organizations that I have. Smart Office has its own account. So when it is the end of the month, everybody pays me. So you will say, who is the everybody? Remember what I said? You wear different caps as an entrepreneur. So when it is time for end of month, I turn from CEO to accountant, and I move money that is my salary that has been determined to myself as I'm moving to my staff. So as I'm paying my staff salary, I am also paying myself a salary. And it is only that salary that I spend for my own personal use. Company is company money, and I'm using it to build the company and grow the company and sustain the company. So you must separate, or else your business will crumble. So remember, it is from that your profit you will get that retained earning that you use to grow your capital. So that your 50,000 that is now profit after you have paid everything, paid all the bills, paid all the salaries and everything, electricity, you've paid everything. Then you have 50,000 naira. That 50,000 naira, what you now do with the 50,000 naira is determine how much of it am I retaining and how much of it can I spend on whatever it is I decide I want to spend it on. A wise person will retain more, especially as your business is growing. So nothing stops you from saying, okay, let me retain 40,000 and add it to this 100,000. So I now have 140,000 capital, and then I can now spend that 10,000 on anything else. That is how you need to organize your profit. And this is where I'm going to stop, because I have time that has been allocated to me, and I wouldn't want to go beyond the time so that Tracy will not have my head for it. So this is how you build a thriving business. These are some of the essential things that you need in a thriving business. Thank you very much, Tracy. Over
Thank
to
you so much, Cook. Sir, in fact, I don't know. See my note. I was just writing and writing and writing and writing. I'm sure everybody, the comment section, please, if you have questions for Coach Kunle, you can drop them now so that he will just take a few questions in the next few minutes before we have to let him go. But Coach Kunle, thank you. That was everything. I was saying you're spitting fire, breaking tables, some things that we have never heard before. Things like retained earnings. Sometimes you look at banks when they publish their account, you see those retained earnings. Some of us don't know what it is, and how you can actually apply those things into a small business. You start from small and then you keep growing before it becomes that kind of a large organization or a large group. Thank you so much, sir. The very first thing that you said when you opened your session was that self-development would take you from point A to point B. And I was seriously waiting. I was like, okay, for a business person, how does this thing work? But you were able to throw light as you were moving through your presentation all through. But still, I would like to ask, if somebody now wants to ask the practical ways, I'm a business person, I'm not looking for promotion. In most organizations, people go for promotion exams and then they have to go and start reading and all those things. So some people don't understand the real need. I heard you when you did say that you have to go from personal success before you get to business success. But what does that really mean? When you say personal success, what does that mean? How can I practicalize it as a business person? Maybe you want to shed a little bit light on that, sir.
All right, that's a very good question. I'll use time management as an example. Now, every business needs time management to thrive. Every business. And if you yourself you have not learned how to manage your personal time, you're not going to be able to manage your business time. Let's go practical. So, as a person, you wake up early in the morning. Everybody is up 5, 6. Some people even earlier than that. Your own waking up time is 9 o'clock. That is already a challenge, because you have already wasted what a businessman can do between 6 and 9. That is 3 good hours. I'm looking at the clock. 3 good hours. You have wasted it completely. That is the same attitude you will bring into your business when you are doing the business, and you will not open in time. So the people who are supposed to patronize you may have passed at 9 o'clock or before then. So your shop is closed. So they've moved on and they've gone to somebody else, Mr. B, to go and patronize Mr. B, because you have failed to develop yourself. You have failed to discipline yourself, because time management is discipline, really. So you fail to get that personal discipline for yourself. You don't know how to build it. You don't know how to wake up early. You don't know how to go to the shop when you are supposed to go to the shop. You don't know how to wait until people, maybe your business is the kind of business that when people are coming back from work, that's when they want to come to your shop to do business, to patronize you, and then you close at 4 because you are tired, as you know. So you've not also developed yourself to be very, to be able to stretch yourself. So there's no resilience in you to be able to hold on and just wait. Okay, you close at 4. What are you going home to do? You want to go and watch Netflix? You want to go and sleep? You want to go and do things that people who are old, those are the things that they do. When I say old, and hey, by the way, when I say old, I'm talking about 70 and above. If you are not yet 70, don't call yourself old. You're still very young. So that's a practical way of defining how your personal development affects your business development. So if you don't have time management, you don't have the discipline to do time management, it must affect your business negatively. When I got out of the bank, I remember one time, just some minutes to 8, a former colleague, a former branch manager, they were about to also start their management meeting. So she picked up the phone, to call me. She said, "Oh, Kunle, I know I just remembered you now, that you are now no more part of us. And I'm sure you're just lying down on your bed right now. So I just said I should disturb you." I laughed. I said, "I'm sitting in my own personal office." She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I mean what I say. I'm sitting, I get to my office before 8 because it's a discipline." So because I have been able to have that personal discipline over the years, I'm in my own business now, that discipline is working in the business. So
Hi, thank you so much. In fact, when you said discipline, it just hit the chord, because this is what I tell the boot campers in the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. Discipline, making yourself do what you know you should do when you know you should do, whether you feel like doing it or not, you show up. I'm sure in one of the clips you heard one of the boot campers say that we show up. So it has to be, in fact, what you have said, it completely resonates with me and with what we do. Thank you so much, sir. I really, in fact, there are so many comments just saying thank you. Onye says she feels really empowered. Blessing says thank you so much. Very interesting, full of knowledge. A lot of comments just coming in to say thank you. So thank you so much. This was a wonderful session right from the beginning to the end. Thank you for coming through, sir. On behalf of the Let's Upgrade workshop, we say a big thank you to you, sir. God bless you mightily.
Well done. Thank you, and well done.
Thank you so much, sir. So we'll let Coach K go now. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for still being here. We are almost rounding up now. We'll get into the very last session of the evening in just a bit. But before we do, you please just take a minute or two to, stretch and listen to these 1-minute testimonials about our Be More Accountability Bootcamp, after which we'll come right back into the session. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Listen to this.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Adetomo Yebamiji, and I was part of the first cohort of the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. It has been an exciting experience. I have learned so much. It has encouraged me to read, to take things more seriously, to communicate better. It has taught me to pride myself that I am the product, and it has really been wonderful. The book reviews, the things we have had to do, the fact that I had even had to humble myself for Coach Akpera to be the teacher in this regard, and she has been awesome. She has done a wonderful job. All the other facilitators that have come on board, our communication coach, Joy Shimokai, a parenting coach, Wendy Ologe, and several others that she has brought on board. You can't miss out on this. Be there. Thank you.
My name is Kashmana Azende. I am a member of Advanced Lounge, and I'm into the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. I have learned a lot in this bootcamp. I have learned this bootcamp has touched my life in various ways, from getting up in the morning, maximizing my time, setting up my daily planner, my weekly planner, my monthly planner. I've been here just 2 months, and I've learned how to set goals, smash them, goals that align with my values and my career. In this bootcamp, I have learned how to set goals and smash them, what I never knew all my life. I've learned how to read and read and read. We read books and we review them. Right now we are on Coach Tracy's Don't Get Stuck book. We read and we review. Everybody, get in here. Let's get our lives moving. Thank you.
Well, thank you for staying with us. So this is the very last session we're about to take right now, and that will be taken by yours truly. I will be taking the last session on goal setting, engaging the end-to-end process for success. Engaging the end-to-end process for success. So we'll quickly run through this session to tie everything up. We've had somebody speak to us about career and managing career imperatives, in the workplace. We've had someone speak to us about thriving business, how to build a thriving business. All value-packed sessions. So now we are going to tie this, and I hope you heard Coach Kunde when he said that everything comes back to you. Whether you are in business, the success in your business is going to be largely determined by how successful you are personally. And by being successful personally, it means you are the disciplines that you are able to bring to bear in your life as a person are going to impact you in your business or even in your career. He gave example with time management, and I'm sure you see that example he gave applies both in the workplace and in the business place as well. So a lot depends on you. You've heard some testimonials of the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. It's a place where we just hold ourselves accountable. All these things, building the disciplines that we require to thrive in the workplace or in business, they are absolutely doable, but they depend largely on you. And being accountable, being in a system that holds you accountable will help you to succeed. Research has shown that it will help you to succeed by more than 95% when you are in the system that holds you accountable. And the Be More Accountability Bootcamp, that's just what it does. It's created to help you to be more. I'm sure you heard some of the testimonials. It's created to make sure that you are that person. Sometimes I think I saw when it was written somewhere that the thing that you are looking for is actually looking for you, but not just this version of you. And so you have to be growing. You have to be transforming, changing into that person that attracts the kinds of outcomes that you want. The Let's Upgrade workshop is all about being positioned for better outcomes in the second half of the year 2024. So we're going to quickly look at engaging an end-to-end process for our success. Engaging an end-to-end process for our success. And quickly, this is what we're going to run in. We're going to run through. We're going to run through the introduction, our vision and mission, our core values. Then why goal setting is important. Then that end-to-end process, what is it about? Then an accountability system that works. Then we'll go to our conclusion. So the whole presentation this evening on engaging the end-to-end process is about us looking at a system that actually works. I'm sure if I were to take a sample of you guys in this class now, everybody knows what goals are. Everybody must have set goals at one point or the other. In fact, in the registration for this workshop, the questions that we asked, did you set goals at the beginning of the year? Many people, more than 70% of the people actually set goals. But many people, more than 90% of the people that are registered for the workshop are not meeting those goals. So you agree with me that there is a huge gap between setting goals and actually achieving them. Many times when we are going into a new year, with that euphoria of a new year, a new season, we enter, we set all these goals, we do all these things. And then before the year even goes anywhere, in fact, many people, it's just the midpoint of the year. And many of us have already given up and say, okay, next year, I will set another one. And then before you know what happens, year in, year out, and we're just dancing around the same spot. We're not making any real progress. So the aim of this class, this session this evening, is to help you to look at a process. There is a process that works, but you have to engage that process end to end so that you can get the results that you want, that you can get out of, to get the successful outcomes that you want, you can. And so going into the second half of this year, you want to review your process. Review what you're doing. Do it in a way that at review periods, at review times, you're able to say, okay, this is how well this is going, or this is how well this is going, and then this is what I need to do. And so this is what we're going to be looking at in this class. But let me tell you, and many of people that have heard me speak will have heard me say that you are the most important piece of your journey. There is no other way that I will say it. You are the most important piece. So don't look for anybody. Many times we are distracted looking at our bosses, we look at our spouses, we look at the president, Tinubu, we look at this one, we look at that one. No, stop. We are going to bring the satellite back to the person, back to you. That is the way that you are going to start to make any reasonable progress on your journey. And I'm sure you want success. Everyone does. I want success. You want success. Everyone does. But the difference between the people that will actually have those outcomes that they want, the people that will actually have those outcomes that they desire, are the people that will actually engage and do what is needful to get the outcome that they want. And those outcomes, they are possible. They are not only possible, they are predictable. Yes. The outcome, please help me write in the comments. The outcomes are not only possible, they are predictable. Yes, that means you do A and B, you will get C. It's like that. It's predictable, and there is a way. And thank God you are here, because this evening we're going to look at the way to set goals, the way to go about that process, that you begin to see the outcomes that you really want. So the Advanced Lounge, you already know that this Let's Upgrade workshop is brought to you by the Advanced Lounge. And in the Advanced Lounge, our vision is to help individuals to move forward purposefully in life. Many people are going about life haphazardly. Many people are going about life winging it, taking each day as it comes, saying what will be. And then you wonder why you get the result. You're not getting the results that you want, but you are not applying yourself in a systematic way to get the results that you want. And so the Advanced Lounge, our vision is to help individuals to move forward. Everybody should be moving forward. Everybody should be making that forward movement. And so the organization exists to help individuals to move forward purposefully in life. No more scattered efforts. No more haphazard movement. We are moving forward purposefully. And we'll do this by empowering individuals with the tools, the resources, and the support to enable them to think, to plan, and to act. So you in the community, you are empowered with the tools, the resources to enable you to think, to plan, and to act. In the boot camp, the boot campers must think. I make them to sit down and think, because everything that you will be, everything that you desire is inside of you, and I cannot bring it out. Nobody can. It cannot come out by laying of hands. It cannot come out by any other means. You have to sit down with yourself, with your thoughts, and be able to bring out what is in your mind, what is inside of you. You have to bring it out, articulate it, document it. That is the starting process. But it's inside of you. So in the community, we are empowered to think. But beyond thinking, you will take your thoughts and you begin to plan. And this planning aspect is what we're going to be looking at briefly in the next few minutes here, so that I can let you guys go. And so you are empowered to think, to plan. But even more than thinking and planning, you have to act, because the results are in the doing. Help me write in the comment section. The results are in the doing. The results are in the doing. So you must take action. Let me write in the comments, I must take action. You must take action. That is where you begin to find the result that you really, really want, by taking action. And in the Advanced Lounge, we have 4 core values: fulfillment, accountability, commitment, and community. We are big on these things. We pursue and embrace a sense of completeness in our journey of growth. It's a journey, but as we are on that journey, we are growing. But as we are growing, we are not looking and say, okay, I will find fulfillment when I get to point B. No, as you're on the journey, you will learn to embrace fulfillment as you're on the journey, as you keep your eye forward. And then accountability, we are big on accountability. See, you are not going anywhere. You need accountability. Everybody needs accountability. Research has shown that we thrive, we are able to achieve more success when we are in a system that holds us accountable. When we are in a system that holds us accountable. And so in the community, we take personal responsibility to be subject to the systems and the programs that ensure your growth. And so there are systems. There is no want of systems. If you've heard the boot campers speak, you will hear there are systems. There is what to do, but you will be held accountable to be subject to those systems. And all this is to ensure your own growth. And another of our core values is commitment. We demonstrate and embrace embrace constancy and perseverance to the process in the pursuit of growth. And so sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you don't feel like it, but you are committed. You are committed to the process. And so you push, you keep on going in the pursuit of. And why? Is it because it is for you? The growth is yours. The progress is yours. The success is yours. But you are committed to it. You buy into it, and you are pursuing, and you are with commitment. The last thing is community. Community. You heard one of the boot campers speak. We thrive in community because we engage and foster a collaborative environment. We understand that nobody knows it all. And so we learn from each other, one another's experiences, from one another's perspectives. We learn from, everybody is learning from the other. That is why sharing and learning together are key. Because we must learn from one another. And so we build our community for that purpose. We are big on community. It's one of our core values. We pursue it without apologies. If you are in the community, you must be in the, and we must see you in the community. You must be there, and we must see you. So these are the things that we hold very, very key in the community. So let's get right into it. Why is goal setting important? Goal setting is very, very important. Statistics show that people who set goals are 10 times more likely to succeed. The people who set goals are 10 times, not 10,000, excuse me. People who set goals are 10 times more likely to succeed. Yet, more than 95% of people do not have goals. Many people do not have goals. Many people just wake up and, this in Nigerian parlance that we say, anywhere where belle face, we just be moving. Anywhere, but you cannot get the outcomes that you desire when you have that kind of mindset. And so it is imperative, is key. Goal setting is key to your success. But it doesn't stop at that, but it's the starting point. Goal setting is very, very important for you to be able to have a chance. If you want to even have hope of succeeding, you must have goals. You must set goals. You must have goals that you are pursuing. Benefits of goal setting, that it gives you direction. It gives you direction. You can't wake up and tell me, if you have clearly set a goal that, okay, today I'm waking up and I'm going to Lagos today. I can't because I already have set the goal. It gives me the direction. Okay, today I'm facing Lagos. It's where I'm going. If I don't have, I cannot now wake up and say I'm facing Sokoto. No, but because I have my goals clearly written, I know where I'm going. So it gives me the direction. I think it was Miles Monroe. I heard him say that if you have nowhere you are going, everywhere leads to it. If you don't have where you are going, every road will lead to it. So you don't know where you are going. Okay, how far today? I don't know. How far today? Now God hand we day. How far we day? All those things that we say, gives us no direction. So we are just wandering around. In fact, the compound effect, a book by I think Hardy, he said some people are sleepwalking through life. What a tragedy. Sleepwalking through life without direction. And also goal setting increases motivation. It improves performance. It improves performance. So goal setting is very, 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 very key to a person that wants successful outcomes. And remember why we are here. We are here so that we will get equipped and positioned for successful outcomes in the next half of the year. 6 months have come and gone. Many of us will not be able to account for our time. Many of us will not be able to account for our time. And I hope you know that the time that we have is a gift. The time that you have is a gift. But many of us will not be able to account. What have you been able to use your 6 months for? Many of us will not be able to account. But now you are knowing, now you are hearing. Now you must begin to make sure that your efforts, your activities are no longer scattered, but they are focused towards achieving certain objectives. That is the way that you will begin to have the success that you desire. Goal setting is very, 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 very key on our journey of personal development. And so we're going to be looking at this end-to-end goal setting process. And these are the key steps to this end-to-end process. First of all, there's a self-assessment. There is a whole workbook, self-discovery workbook that I have on our seller page for self-assessment. There's a whole, in fact, it cannot, even if I was going to take the whole time allotted to my session to speak only about self-assessment, it will not be enough. There is a whole thing, but just know that self-assessment is the starting point. The boot campers here, they can relate. Self-assessment is the starting point. In the power of self-assessment is the starting point. Before you begin to say you are setting any goal, you know what many of us do? We just pick up and say, I want to lose weight. That's my goal for 2024. I want to lose weight. I want to become rich. I want to grow in my career. Then you say you have set goals. You don't start from there. The very first place, that is why we are talking about an end-to-end process. There is a process. So you don't just wake up and say, I want to be rich. I want to grow in my career. No, those are not even goals. And you find out why I'm saying so. Those are not even goals. And so you have to start from self-assessment first. You have to know yourself. Many of us don't even know ourselves. Have you ever been in a situation or seen a person who did something and say, I don't know why I did that? You don't know why you did that because you don't know yourself. You don't know what you are capable of or what you are not capable of. So you begin to go and set goals. You don't even know who you are. You don't know what you can do, what you cannot do. You don't know your strengths. You don't know your weaknesses. You don't know the opportunities that are open to you. You don't know the threats in your environment. You don't know anything. You just wake up and say, I want to set goals. And then you now start saying all these things. Of course, what happens is that you write all those things and then you're unable to meet them. You're unable to meet them. You can't meet them because you don't even know yourself. So the first place to start in setting goals is self-assessment. Then you have to move to personal vision and mission. If you've heard me speak, you must have heard me say that you're not going anywhere. You can't convince yourself, let alone convince any other person that you know where you are going if you don't have your personal vision and mission sorted out. If you don't have it sorted out, you can't convince your own self first. And then before you even try to convince me that you know where you are going to. So, and if you don't know where you are going to, if you've not had that figured out, how are you setting the goals? What is the criteria you are using to set the goals? You don't know where you are going. And so after self-assessment, you must now sort out your personal vision and mission statement before you now get into setting goals. And even in the goal setting stage of this process, you don't just wake up and say, I want to lose weight. I want to grow in my career. I want to, we just say, I want to, all these things. And then we just leave them there and we say we set goals. And then, we're unable to meet them and then we become frustrated, we become unhappy, we become dissatisfied. But there was a problem with the process. There was a problem with the process. And so in this class, in this evening, in this session, you are going to have, in the next few minutes, I hope that you are able to get something out to help you in this regard of setting goals the right way. Of course, if you registered for the class, you get the worksheets. It's a workshop because there's work to be done. And as I cannot do the work for you. The best we can do is that we'll provide with the tools, we provide with the resources that will help you, to facilitate your process. But you have to sit down and do the work. If you registered for the course and I send you the materials, it's still your prerogative, it's still your right to choose to do it or not to do it. But to the person listening to me that wants to position his or herself for better outcomes in the second half of the year, then you want to take some of these things I'm telling you a bit seriously. And it's coming on the back of what the other speakers have said as well. And so you want to, I remember in the career clinic, Mr. Tiso did mention, he said that you will have a career vision. I wrote it down. Most of us just wake up and go to work. We don't have a career vision. We don't have, where in that place you are working, you have worked there 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. Where are you going to? In that place that you are working, we don't think about those things. And so every day you wake up, you go to work, you come back, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and you are wondering, you're just going around in the same circle. You're just going around in the same circle. You're not making any real progress. You must begin to pay attention to these things. The first speaker did mention, he said career vision, that you must have it. He said that career management is at 2 levels. This is to the employee, the person that works in an organization. Career management is at 2 levels. The organization is doing their own thing. The organization is doing their own career management. Then the individual has a responsibility, but you need vision. You need to be looking forward. What are you looking forward to? Are you even seeing anything? Have you seen? Are you considering it? Is very, very important. So that you begin to set goals. It's when you see, then you now set goals that align with what you are seeing. And then after setting your goals, you need to cascade it to action plans. You need to write action plans. I can't remember the speaker. I heard him say that when you write goals without having action plans, it's as good as wishes. Because there is nothing holding you. What are you taking action on? So that is why when you say things like, I want to be rich, that is not a goal. How do you cascade it down? What action do you begin to take to be able to start working towards achievement of those goals? So you want to have action plans. We're just looking at the end-to-end process of goal set. This is all goal setting. This is all goal setting. It's not just waking up and jumping, into the goal setting section of this. And so after having the action plans, you need to start having habit tracking. There are certain habits that support the goals that you want to achieve. Help me write in the comment section. Habits support goals. Habits support goals. Habits support goals. Habits support goals. This is very, very key. In the Be More Accountability Bootcamp, every day, for the 12-week period that the bootcampers are there, you have a daily habit every day. The reason is simple. Habits are they're like the foundation, they're like the groundwork that you build everything on top of. So you must have habits that support your goals. So for instance, if I say that my one of my goals is to lose 10 kg in June 2024, lose 10 kg, I already know that certain habits that should come to me, exercise habits, healthy eating habits, these are the things that support my goal to lose 10 kg. So you must be tracking your habits. Don't leave anything to chance. You must be tracking your habits. Then you review your progress, review and reflect. It's part of the process. It's part of your process. You have to review your progress weekly, review your progress. And then a very big part of your process is the accountability and support. You need accountability, you need support to be able to match, to be able to meet the goals that you have set. So in self-assessment, this is just a brief. As I said, we have a whole workbook on self-discovery on our seller page, a whole workbook of I think close to 70 pages on the seller page. So you want to have access to that. But for this class, self-assessment involves you reflecting on your current life situation. So you want to sit down and look at your career, look at your health, look at your relationships, look at your personal growth, look at everything, look at it holistically. Then you now identify your core values and principles, and then identify your core values and principles. So things like integrity, compassion, perseverance, they fall under this. Then you have to now list your strengths and your weaknesses. Be honest and thorough. Many people, if you've heard me speak before, you must have heard me say also that the worst form of deception is self-deception. So list your strengths, list your weaknesses, and be truthful and be thorough about it. You are not, it's yourself. You have called yourself to this meeting. So be true to yourself. This will help you. It will help you because you know yourself. You'll be able to say, what is your strength? What is your weakness? You'll be able to set goals that are achievable. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But if you don't know yourself, you begin to set all these goals and you cannot achieve them, and you become frustrated and dissatisfied with the whole process. This is very, very key to have this self-assessment as part of your process. And then personal vision and mission. Again, there is a whole guide on this, but those who are registered for this workshop, you get this guide as one of the workshop materials, so you get it. Having a personal vision and mission is very, very key because you are able to envision your life. What are you seeing in your mind? In your mind's eye, because that's where it starts from. You have to see with your mind before you now begin to articulate it, put words to it, and put it down. But where do you see yourself in 5 years, in 2 years, in 10 years? Where do you see yourself? So when you are doing this, you consider aspects like your career, your family, your health, your lifestyle. And then when you define your mission, identify the values and the principles that guide your vision. So in achieving your vision, in fact, in achieving your vision, there are some things that guide you towards achieving your vision. That is how is your mission. And so this is very, very, very key. For somebody that wants to set goals that they are able to achieve them, you want to have a handle on this, because if you don't have your personal vision and mission sorted out, there is no how that you're going to be able to set effective goals and achieve them. So it's very, very important. It's an integral part of the process, of the end-to-end process, to be able to have your personal vision and your mission statement sorted out. It's integral. You must have it sorted. You must have this sorted out for you to have that success that you desire, that you want on your process. Thank you so much for still being here. In the next few minutes, we're just tying all this together. The first two speakers have done justice, to everything. We're just trying to tie it up to get all together now. And we're looking at the end-to-end process of goal setting, how we can engage. And it was very, very intentional. I put engage because you are the one that will engage that process. Nobody can come out. You cannot engage for me, and I cannot engage for you. You will engage your process, but you want certain outcomes. You want to have success. You want to have something that is not only possible, it's also predictable. So there are certain things that you need to do. There is work to be done, but you are committed to doing the work. I assure you that you get the results out. And we are here. The Be More Accountability Bootcamp, I'm sure you can see on your screen scrolling right now how you can get to be a part of the next cohort of the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. With the next cohort opens on July the 1st, so you can get, the waitlist has been open, you can get in there, because you need help. You heard one of the bootcampers said community. You need help on this journey because some days you just don't feel like it. So you need somebody that is holding you and helping you on that journey. And that program offers you that. Then the next thing is the goal setting proper. So in this section of the process, you want to identify goals for the different areas of your life. And so you have career goals. And that is why the first speaker did mention having a career vision. So you can have career goals. You can have personal growth goals. You can have health goals, relationship goals, finances, goals for your finances. So you can you decide. You have different goals for every aspect of your life. But one thing you must do, which is what is failing most of the times, is that we have to now go a step further and convert those goals that we have set into SMART goals. I'm sure you have heard SMART before, but this is not cliche. It's very, very important that you set goals that are specific, that are measurable, that are achievable, that are relevant, and are time bound. So that is specific, they are measurable, they are achievable. So if you don't know yourself, remember when I spoke about self-assessment and self-awareness being the starting point. If you don't know yourself, you will not know which goals are achievable for you or not. So that's a good place to start. So you will not just go and say, oh, I want to lose 50 kg. You want to lose 50 kg. How? So you want to start by knowing yourself and what you are capable of, your strengths, your weaknesses, so that you can set goals that are achievable, then are relevant, and are also time bound. So this is about goal setting. So goal setting is not just about saying, I want to lose weight, I want to grow rich, I want to have good friends. Those things, you can't pursue them. There's nothing that holds you that you can be able to check whether, okay, is this working or is this not working? And that is very, 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 very important. Examples of SMART goals. And one thing I've learned about setting SMART goals: always write your goals in the now. Write your goals as if you have achieved it already. So for instance, on the screen I have, I am promoted. I get promoted to senior manager by December 31st, 2024. That is a SMART goal, because in that goal you can see it's specific. The person wants to be senior manager. You can see that it's measurable. It's measurable because you can measure that the person wants to move maybe from manager to senior manager. Then it's achievable. Is maybe the person is already a manager, so it's achievable for the person to move from just one grade, from manager to senior manager, by December 31st. And then is relevant because maybe this person has the career vision to grow. They want to grow in their career, so it's relevant to them. And then it's time bound because you can see December 31st, 2024. So that's how you set a SMART goal. It must go through those criteria. For personal growth, you can set a goal that says, I read 12 books by December 31st. 12 books in a year. That is one book a month. That is easily achievable, is relevant for the person's personal growth and all that. Health, I lose 10 kg by September. Relationship, I spend 1 hour weekly with my friend. By December 31st, the person would have been able to see that he or she achieved this 1 hour a week with their friend. I save 100,000 for a down payment of my laptop. This is also a SMART goal. So you want to set SMART goals. When you set SMART goals, you are setting yourself up for success. So the next thing will be developing an action plan. So remember, I said that you are not going to just stop at setting goals. You are going to have to break your goals down into action steps. This is what differentiates a goal from a wish. Don't stop at just setting goals. Just no. You will not take each goal that you have set, whether it's a career goal, a relationship goal, a personal development goal, or a whatever goal. You will not take it down and you begin to break each goal down into action points. So for instance, the person that wants to become a senior manager, he says, to get to senior manager level, he's able to complete leadership training course by this time. He's able to take additional responsibility by this time. He's able to do this by this time. So all this is the action plans that he wants to be able to do. These are the action steps that he wants to be able to take, to get to that senior manager level by that time. And then the next thing in developing an action plan is you want to identify the resources that you need. Okay, to become this senior manager, what do I need? What are the resources that I need? The person was able to spell it out, the resources that he needs, like the leadership training, more resources to enroll in an online course and all that. Those are the resources that he needs. Then what are the obstacles? Are there any challenges that I will meet on this my plan to become a senior manager? So you identify the potential challenges. For instance, lack of time for the training. So maybe he knows that he needs that training time to become a senior manager. But a challenge is that he doesn't have time because he goes to school, he goes to work, he does this. So he has to now sit down and plan his time. because the time is yours. The time is yours. You are the one that will allocate time to the things that you want to do. So he has to sit down and plan his time, and so that he can have time, to be able to engage what he really wants to engage, so that he can meet the goals that he wants to meet. Are you seeing how this thing connects? There is a whole process. So you have to start from self-assessment, and then you said you have your vision and your mission. Then you now enter into the setting SMART goals, and then you now begin to develop an action plan. Then you now begin to track. You begin to track your habits. Habits are a very, very key aspect. Habits are a very, very key. If I set a goal that I want to lose weight, and everything, all of my habits do not support me, I am eating anything that I want to eat, I can never meet that goal. So you want to track your habit. Is very, very key on your journey of success, towards meeting your goals. And then you want to have regular progress reviews. You want to decide weekly reviews, monthly and quarterly reviews. For instance, in a week, you can ask yourself, what did I accomplish this week regarding this goal that I set? What did I accomplish this week? What challenges did I face this week? How well did I stick to my action plan this week? You are able to review your progress. This is very key. Many of us do not give time to review. We don't give time to review, because then the next thing you know is that at the time that I gave myself has reached, and I did not achieve anything. So for instance, let's just drive this home a little bit. If I say that in June 2024 I want to lose 10 kg in June 2024, 10 kg in June 2024, that means in 4 weeks, right? So 10 kg in 4 weeks, maybe that gives me about what? That gives me about 2.5 kg a week in 4 weeks. Yes, 2.5 kg a week. So after my first week, I lost 1 kg. I already know that I have to readjust immediately, because I have 9 kg and I have 3 weeks. So my goal just moved from 2.5 now to 3 kg a week. So this is what regular reviews do. But if I was not reviewing, I've just been going, I want to lose 10 kg in June. I want to lose 10 kg in June. All of a sudden, I'm at June 30th and I did not lose anything. And I did not even realize, because I did not review. So you have to set aside regular times to review, so that you will know if you are making the progress that you need to make or not. Thank you for still being here. We'll be out of here shortly. The last thing that we need to do on this process is accountability and support. We need accountability and we need support, because many times it's going to be difficult. Many times you're not going to feel like it, but when you have accountability, when you have support, then you are able to make the progress that you want to make on your journey. That is why we are introducing you to the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. This bootcamp is a program. It's a system with the structure that will enable you to succeed, because there are people from your peers, from the instructors. You are going to have the support that you need, to succeed on your journey. You have the support. You will be guided to be things like self-assessment, things like having your vision and everything. You will have your habits sorted out. You will have the support. You will have the knowledge that you need on your journey. I remember one of the boot campers sharing with me. She said that she now has the confidence. She now has confidence. She cannot think things through. No, before you just see something and you panic. You're not thinking. Give yourself time to think. These are some of the things that we do in the boot camp. In fact, the boot camp called Be More, the singular aim of that boot camp is to make you be more. Because I realize that every one of us has the potential to be more. Inside of you is greatness. Is trapped greatness. Is trapped potential. But you are not manifesting it. So in this program, you will go through a system. You will go through the structure. You will have access to resources. You will have access to tools. You will have access to the support that will make you be all that God has made it to be, because it's inside of you. All that God has made it to be is inside of you, but you need to engage. You need to engage to be able to manifest everything that God has made for you to manifest. So daily positive habits, we have weekly master classes, we have book reviews, we have monthly check-ins. You must check in, you must be growing. There is no way you can't get lost in the class. The system is such that you don't get lost in it. You must. So if you are looking for a system that affords you no excuses, to make sure that you are on track to doing everything that you are supposed to do, then you want to get into the boot camp. The next cohort starts on July the 1st, so you want to get in. Benefits, the program is structured so that you have support, you have accountability, you are able to take focused action, and you are in a community. Everybody is watching out for everybody. Everybody is watching out for everybody, and there we show up. That is it. If you have to show up, everybody has to show up. So you want to get into that community and take advantage of the system. The details are on the screen, they are scrolling. You can take advantage of that. So when you get into the bootcamp, you have increased motivation and focus, you have better goal achievement, you have ongoing support and ongoing encouragement. So we have looked at the importance of goal setting. We have looked at the process end to end. We have looked at self-assessment, vision, SMART goals, action plans, habit tracking, progress review, and accountability and support. Thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful that you stayed right up until the end. It has been a value-packed session from the very first session, up until now. And I thank you for being here. And even when you catch a replay, I thank you for catching a replay when you do catch a replay. Thank you so much for being here. So I encourage you to take action. Your life is yours. It's not just a life, it's your life. And I always say, and I say to you again this evening, that you are the most important piece of your life. You are the most important piece. There is nobody as important as you on your journey. It's not on my own journey, on your journey. So I want you to begin to pay attention to your growth, pay attention to yourself, pay attention to your growth, pay attention to your advancement, your forward movement. Don't leave things don't do anyhow anymore. Do you know the greatest resource that we can waste is time, and we are wasting time. So let's not waste time anymore. We are going into the next half of the year. Here's wishing you and hoping that you have the best of outcomes, but engage the systems that are available to you. These things don't follow, they will not fall on you. You need to engage the systems that are available to you. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Tracy. I'm the anchor, the founder and the anchor of the Advanced Launch community that has brought you this Let's Upgrade workshop. Let's Upgrade workshop is brought to you by the Advanced Launch community, of which I'm the founder and the anchor. I'm a personal development coach, and I coach people using through the mentoring through the Be More Accountability Bootcamp, as well as on the Advanced Launch community. So join us. If you are not in any of our communities, please join the communities. Let's learn and let's grow and let's be more together. Thank you so much. This is also a big thank you to our earlier speakers, and thank you for those of you that have been here from the beginning up until now. Thank you so much. You guys are the real MVPs, and I really do hope that you be able to take every knowledge that you have gotten in these sessions this evening and apply it. See, the world is waiting for your manifestation, but you need to apply every knowledge that you are gaining. The purpose, I saw this quote yesterday. The purpose of knowledge is not knowledge. The purpose of knowledge is action. Somebody should help me write in the comments before we go. Help me write in the comment section. The purpose of knowledge is not knowledge. The purpose of knowledge is to take action. The purpose of knowledge is not knowledge. The purpose of knowledge is to take action. Please take action. Please don't neglect taking action. Thank you so much. Linda says, thank you, Tracy. Well done, Tracy. Thank you for organizing such an amazing opportunity to learn on self-development. Thank you. Oluwasegun says, thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. John says, I'm super excited. Jennifer says, the result is in the doing, therefore I must take action. She also said it has been so packed. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you. I do hope to see you in the Advanced Launch community if you are not there already. And I do hope to see you in the Be More Accountability Bootcamp come July the 1st. Thank you so much. So to round up, we'll just take a 1 minute, another 1 minute video from the boot campers, just to ease us out of the meeting. So there you go.
Bootcamp, I have been able to acquire new skills and knowledge that have transformed my mindset and approach towards things. I would like to note that I am more confident because my coach consistently pushes me to be more. Through my coach, I've got to understand better that I am the centerpiece of myself. And because I am now in the know of that, I see a lot of things differently. I have grown. What used to be a struggle no longer is, because I am able to set goals and I am able to work hard towards achieving those goals. It is also worthy to note that through the course of my boot camp, my coach has played a very key role, a very important role in helping me grow, and I am grateful. So my boot camp experience has been awesome.
Hello everyone, my name is Abraham Matthew. Well, attending the Advanced Lounge has been a transformative experience for me, both personally and professionally. Before joining, I was struggling to find directions and I felt stuck in my career. Well, this boot camp provided me with the technical skills I need in order to scale through this phase of my life. From day one, the emphasis on personal growth was evident as my instructor in the person of Coach Tracy Akbera was able to instill in me the importance of time management and personal growth. The rigorous activities carried out in the Advanced Lounge was able to push us out of our comfort zone, and trust me, if you want to be a better version of yourself, you need to leave your comfort zone. One of the most important takeaways for me in this Advanced Lounge is the ability to increase my problem-solving skills. Well, I wholeheartedly recommend the Advanced Lounge to anyone looking to make a better version of themselves and to make a meaningful change.
Well, thank you, everybody. So we've come to the end of the Let's Upgrade workshop. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here, even up until the very end. God bless you all. Temitope, yes, thank you so much. God bless you for being here. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the lounge and I'll see you in boot camp. Bye now.